Hi there, my name is Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today I'm going to show you how you can set up two Xboxes in the same house so you can share games and play them at the same time even though you've only got one copy. You can set it up so you only need to buy one Xbox Live Gold account each year or per month, however you do it. You don't need to buy two copies of the same game because you both have access to them. And you can share games. For example, one person might buy a game one month and then the next person can buy a game the next month, and you can share them between the two Xboxes even though you've only got the one copy. Now this is only going to work with digitally downloaded games, so the ones that you get the code for and you download onto your Xbox hard drive. If you're still using the discs, you'll only be able to play on one at a time. So if you were to put the Battlefront disc into this Xbox One S, you'd only be able to play it on this one. If you put it into the Xbox One, you'd only be able to play it on this one. Now, there's nothing dodgy in this. Xbox allow you to do this. All you've got to do is you've got to muck around with the settings, with the My Xbox settings, okay, and sign in with different gamer tags. Now, the reason I've drawn out this diagram is because hopefully it will be easier to understand. And then once I've done the diagram, I'll go onto the Xbox and just show you the settings and show you how you can share games and stuff like that. So basically, let's zoom in here. So I've always had the Xbox One over here. It was my Xbox with my gamer tag, and then everybody else that played on it just used my gamer tag because they're just family anyway. Now, recently I've bought an Xbox One S, and this is going to be my son's Xbox, so he's got his own gamer tag. What I want to be able to do is, I want to be able to share games, because if you left it like this, every time you bought a game, you would either buy a game on here or buy a game on here. I want to buy one game and be able to share it between the two. Also, my son's going to want to go online and play Battlefront with other people, or play Forza Horizons 2 against other people. But I'm the one with the Xbox Live Gold, and I don't want to pay for another Xbox Live Gold for my son here. So by doing it this way, he can also go online and you can go online. You can both go online at the same time. You can play against each other online, all under the one Xbox Live Gold account. Also, I've heard, I haven't tried this, but I've heard that they don't have to be in the same property, so they don't have to be on the same network. I haven't done this, so I can't confirm, but the reading up I've done, it seems that one Xbox can be in one country, another Xbox can be in a different part of the country or another country, and as long as you have each other's gamer tags and sign in, so obviously you need to trust the person, so maybe if it's a very close family member, then you can share the one game. So the person in this country can buy a game one month, and then another month the next person can buy a game, and you can share the games together. But I haven't tried that, but if you're watching this and you've done it and you know it works, perhaps pop it in the comments so you can advise other people. Okay, so let's do the diagram to begin with, and then we'll go on to the actual Xbox up there and show you the settings. Right, so if this is how it's always been, my Xbox gamer tag, bought an Xbox One. Normally, if for example this one went 40, you would just now call this your Xbox and my gamer tag on there, and then everything that was on here will now work on this one here. You would just pick and download the games that you want to bring across, it will all be here. But let's say now this is going to be my son's Xbox and he wants his own gamer tag. Yeah? So what we have to do is, when you buy this Xbox One S or Xbox One or whatever you're buying, you need to sign into it. So this one here, my gamer tag, this one here is the one that's got the Xbox Live Gold on it. Okay? So let's just remove that a minute. I need to sign in to this Xbox One S over here on my gamer tag, and then that will allow me to download the games that my son wants, because he might not want all my games, but let's say if he wants Assassin's Creed or whatever games I've got digitally downloaded on here, he can pick the ones he wants on here on the my gamer tag. Then what I need to do is I need to call this one my home Xbox. Then what my son will do is he will sign into my one over here using his gamer tag. Okay, and then he will call that his home Xbox. Then what we need to do is, from then on in, I just need to sign in to this one over here, which is my son's home Xbox, but is really my Xbox because it has been all along. And my son's going to sign over here into his Xbox, even though it's down as my home Xbox. So what I've done is I've set it up so every time this Xbox One S is turned on, it automatically signs my son in, and every time this Xbox One is turned on, it signs me in automatically. And then what will happen is, when I've got the, remember, I'm the one with the Xbox Live Gold. If I wanted to download a free game each month, it will come onto Xbox One over here. But when my son turns this one up here, on here, he will have the option to download that same game even though he hasn't got Xbox Live Gold. And also, it's fine, he can go online whenever he wants on here, I can go online whenever I want on here, and we can play together and share the same games. And likewise, if my son was to download a game that he likes and pay for it, then when I go onto here, I'll have the option to download that same game. So that's it. Although you're calling it, remember, this is my one, this is his one, I'm calling this one, his one, my home Xbox, and he's calling my Xbox his home Xbox. But then we're signing into it with each other's gamer tags, and that's what allows you to connect them both together. So have a look at that there. I thought this was the easiest way to explain it. I appreciate it still sounds really confusing, but it isn't when you actually do it. So just to go on to the Xbox itself, this one down here is the Xbox One S, just tucked away down there. So remember, this is my son's Xbox, and at the moment he's signed into it with his gamer tag. Now, when I say his gamer tag, it's I've set it all up, so it is actually under my name, but you know, you get the idea. Now, what you need to do is you need to go to settings, and to set it as your home Xbox, you go down to settings there, then go to all settings, and then if you go, let me just zoom in a bit, if you go down to, go across to personalization, and then you can go across to my home Xbox. Now remember, I'm signed in at the moment into my son's account, yeah, so this is why it says make this my home Xbox, but I don't want to. Remember, I had to sign into this Xbox One S under my account to make it my home Xbox. Now once you've got this set up, don't keep mucking around with this make my home Xbox, because I believe you only have 3 chances to play around with this per year, 3 changes. Otherwise you have to ring up Microsoft and then you have to reset it, so that's going to be a huge hassle. But once you get this set up once, it's going to work. And also, I believe it doesn't work, it's not going to work with 3 Xboxes, it's only going to work with 2, just 2 Xboxes. Okay, so that's what you want to do there to make it the home Xbox. And then also, to do the sign-in thing, so every time he turns on this Xbox One S, I'm going to want to sign him in, not me in, even though I've got it as my home Xbox. He's the one that wants to be signed in, because really it's his. So you need to go to this sign-in, security and passkey. So go up to accounts, and then go to sign in, security and passkey. And then if you were to go to instant sign-in here, you can then set the person. So for example, right now I'm logged in as my son, so that's why if I was to go to instant sign-in, it will then say stop using instant sign-in because I've already set it up. But you're going to want to put start using instant sign-in because you're going to be under your gamer tag, because you've set it up as your home Xbox. So you're going to want to sign your son or your daughter, whoever Xbox this is, into this bit here. Okay, now I'm just going to show you if I was to go to games. Right, go up to games. Now these are the games I've currently got on this Xbox One S. So for example, as with the bundle, it came with FIFA 17. Now FIFA 17 has been downloaded on this Xbox One S, but I can go to my Xbox in the other room, which I'll show you in a minute, and I'll have the option to download it, even though it's got nothing to do with that other Xbox. So if you were to go down to ready to install, you will see the games that's available under my gamer tag on the other Xbox. So all these games here, my son can now download. Bearing in mind, when I call it my Xbox, it's my family's Xbox, and that's why I've got all things like, you know, Batman and Lego and all these Zumba Party and stuff. But yeah, so he can pick out whatever one. If he wanted Assassin's Creed, and this is a digital download, he can now install. Now I'm not going to install it because it's going to take up another 40 gig, and it's going to use up all the memory, a lot of the memory on this Xbox One S, because it's only got 500 gig on it. But he can install that if he wants, and then we will have Assassin's Creed working on both of the Xboxes. So that's this one here, and I'm just going to show you the Xbox in the other room. Okay, now we've got the Xbox in the other room, which is my Xbox, but down as my son's home Xbox, but I'm actually signed into this one. And again, if I was to go across to games, and remember, you've got to go through the same process of setting the home Xbox and signing it in, doing the instant sign on as yourself to make it easier. And when I go to games, so for example, if I go up to the games up here, you'll recognize that it's the same games that was under the other Xbox as an option saying ready to install. And here I've got a lot less games here. It says ready to install because on the Xbox One there's only a handful of games over there. So if I go ready to install, you can see that one of them is FIFA 17. So again, FIFA 17's got nothing to do with this Xbox One down here, but yet because it's on the Xbox One S as the bundle, I've got the option now to install it. Okay, so that's sharing the same game between two Xboxes. And the good thing as well is the Xbox Live Gold, so you don't have to pay for that twice. So hopefully you found that useful. You might have to watch that diagram a few times to get your head around it, but once you get it set up, it is actually pretty easy. And then it's good then, because now I've got them both set up. I can share games between the Xboxes. One can play in one room, one can play in the other room, and it works nice and straightforward. Okay, hope you found the video useful. Thanks a lot. Take care.